In the last lecture, we have demonstrated some examples of if else. So we are going to continue with the same. So we are going to demonstrate more examples on if and. So our program starts with hash include stdio.h. That means the standard header file stdio. Hash include hash include conio.h. Then after we have an entry point of our program, that is main, and within main we are writing down the program. Today we are going to see, say for example we have three numbers, we need to check which one is the largest, or we can say largest among the number. Or we can see, let us take three numbers. So first thing is we need to take three numbers. Let's say int num1 comma num2 comma num3 are the three numbers that we need in this program. We are not going to take it hard coded, while we are going to take it at the time of the runtime. So we are going to take a message printf enter the value of first, is it? We are going to take it one by one. So we are going to use the scanf function, because scanf function is used to take the inputs from the keyboard. It is %d because of integer nature, comma, whatever we are going to write down on the console, store it at the num1 address. Is it? The same kind of the statement we are going to write down for the rest too. So I'm going to copy it, paste it, paste it. Instead of first we will use second. Instead of num1 we are going to use num2. Similar third. Instead of num1 here we are going to use num2. So we have taken the input of all the three numbers. Now we need to check which one is the largest among the three. What we are going to use? We are going to use the if, because if are used to check the condition. We say that if num1 is greater than num2 and num1 is greater than num3. So we have three. See, let us assume that we have three boys. 1, 2 and 3. And we need to compare which one among them has the height, or which one is the taller. What we can say? What we are going to see, we are going to take them and see which one is the taller. By the human eye, we can see that if the guy B is the tallest guy, we say that B is the tallest. Is it? But what we are going to do, we are going to take the comparison. We are comparing B person with A, and we are comparing B person with the C, and then after we conclude that B is the tallest person. And similarly here, if we assume that first thing is num1 is the greatest, we say that if num1 is greater than num2 and num1 is greater than num3, then obviously num1 is the greatest part. So what we are going to do is to compare the things. When we are comparing the things, we say that num1 is the greatest. So in order to do that, similar thing we have applied here. We say that if num1 is greater than num2, अगर ये num2 से ज़्यादा है और num3 से भी ज़्यादा है, that means num1 is. So we are going to print here a message. Printf the largest number is person t. And which one is the placeholder? It is the num. But what if num1 is greater than num2, but num1 is not greater than num3? Then we need to check another condition. We say that else, if we say that num2 is greater than num1 and num2 is greater than num3. Similar condition, but we are now taking we are assuming that num2 is greatest. So we are checking for those conditions. If num1 num2 is greater than num1, अब num2 greater है num1 से और num2 greater है num3 से, what we are going to print? We are going to print like this. We say that printf the largest number is percent t, comma num. Now if neither num1 is greater than num2, neither num1 is greater than num3 is false. In the second condition, it becomes again false. That means num2 greater than num1 and num2 greater. Then obviously the last that particular thing will be the greatest among the other. So else printf the largest number is percent d, comma num3. We say that अगर हम कंपैरिजन कर रहे हैं, पहला जो बंदा है वो भी टॉलेस्ट नहीं है, दूसरा जो बंदा है वो भी टॉलेस्ट नहीं है, देन एक ही बंदा रहता है जो इन दोनों से टॉल है, वो है नंबर 3, तो उसको चेक करने की जरूरत नहीं। सिमिलर हमने भी किया, अगर num1 ग्रेटर नहीं है, लार्जेस्ट नहीं है, num2 भी लार्जेस्ट नहीं है, तो हम हमारे पास एक ही ऑप्शन रहता है num3, तो हम उसको चेक नहीं करेंगे, हम डायरेक्टली बताएंगे कि ये लार्जेस्ट। सो लेट अस रन कंपाइल दिस। Okay, no error. Enter the value for first number, say 20. Enter the value for second number, say 30. And enter the value for third number, say 25. We have taken first number as 20, second number as 30, and third number as 25. So let us, the largest number is 30, is it? So let us run it again. We say that run, say let's, first number is 90, second number is 80, and third number is 70. So first number will be, so largest number is 90, is it? So similarly we are going to check the things each one by one, so that we will get the largest, is it? Now when we talk about the three numbers, if we have four numbers, then we need to check more condition, because there exists a number of the conditions which we, number of the combination which we are going to take. One, if number one is greater than number two, number one is greater than number three, number one is now greater than number four, then we need to check more condition in order to do the same. So hope so you got the point where you are going to take if else into consideration. So let us take one more demonstration of your if else. So what we are going to do, uh, we are going to have one more particular example. This example will depict, if we are having some number, say n equivalent to 10, we will check whether the number is exactly equivalent to second number, or it is lesser than second number, or it is greater than. Let us say, for example, say int num1 comma num2. We will say that printf, we are going to take the input from the keyboard. For that we are going to say printf enter the number 1. When we talk enter the number 1, we are going to have a scanf %d comma and store that particular address and address of num, is it? And similar will apply for num2 as well. We are going to copy this and we are going to paste this, and instead we are going to edit this. We will say number 2, and what we are going to use, we are going to use here num. Now we need to check whether the both numbers what we are going to take from the keyboard, are they equal, are they greater than one another, or are they lesser than num1, is num1 lesser than num2, is num1 greater than num2, or is num1 equivalent to num2. And in order to do the same, what we are going to use, we are going to use if condition. We say that if num1 is greater than num2, is it? If num1 is greater than num2, what we are going to do, we say that printf %d is greater than %d, and %d greater than %d means num1 comma num. We say that the first variable is being replaced here at the first instance, and second variable is being replaced at the second instance, and we are going to put semicolon after this. When we have checked whether num1 is greater than num2, we say that else if num1 lesser than num2. If it is lesser than num2, what we are going to say, printf the same, but we are going to change here the same message, control C, and we are going to paste it here. We say that it is lesser than num1 is lesser than num2. If both are equal, then we need to check another condition, else if num1 equivalent to num2, is it? In that case, we say that num1 %d is equal to %d, is it? Now if we are going to compile, this, say that no error, enter the, for example, we have taken the value as 20 and second number is 10. Obviously second number is greater than, obviously the 20 is greater than 10. Now let us take one more. Let's take like this. Let's take it is 10 and it is 20. So 10 is lesser than 20, is it? Now let us take one more. We say that 10 is equivalent to 10. So these are some useful examples which will depict how to use the if efficiently. So what you are going to do, you are going to take at least 3 to 4 examples, solve them with the help of if else, and there are multiple examples which you can solve this, so that you will practice more and more, and inshallah in future lectures we are going to take some more examples related to some other concepts in terms of the C. So let's meet on the second or third lecture or one next lecture, so that we can define more examples or we can define more particular concepts related to C. Thank you very much.